shit then. Shambolic. Yeah, well, I didn't watch like much of it because Rovers were on, but I watched. I saw the goal anyway. I saw them lucky. West Ham got. I think they got 2 goals disallowed or something, didn't they? And then obviously the Declan Rice's penalty. Jokes.
Yo! How's everyone doing? Oh, we got Tone as well. Ginger fraud. I'm not even ginger, but we'll go with it. I don't care. Anyway, boys, how's everyone doing today? A little bit of a different stream. I didn't want to do any particular games on the PS4 because it's just too warm. My room will be to your sauna otherwise, so I thought I'd bin it off today and do something different. So, without further ado, we've got a nice little interesting stream. Obviously, you can tell from the title of the stream. Doing a podcast, alright? So, obviously, we're going to talk about some things, obviously. Feel free to, obviously, speak on your opinions and stuff like that as well. But, we've got a guest, a very well-known guest. He's been on before, a couple of times. We've got Senor Matt, so hopefully, obviously, enjoy his opinions as well. And, yeah, we'll get straight into it. So, I think we're going to jump into the topics of, obviously... Well, I'm talking about, obviously, Premier League, first of all. I don't know what you want to talk about, first of all, in the Prem, but, I mean, I'm more than happy to talk about the Premier League, first of all, I suppose, really. I mean, obviously, the results have been interesting for the last 2 weeks, I suppose.
It's been one of the most entertaining game weeks in Premier League football in a long time. Just about the craziness of the results.
It's quite difficult to actually start where to actually start, really.
I think the biggest shock result of the weekend is that Brentford result.
Yeah, I think. Obviously, I'll agree on it. I didn't expect to even see a 4-0 of that game, but football's football. It's very unpredictable sometimes. You can think sometimes really different of it, and obviously we were. Well, I don't know what your opinion was, and your prediction was, but mine was completely not that. But I was proven wrong by him. Brentford were not a write-off, in my opinion.
The thing about that game, I was at a barbecue. I was enjoying my burgers.
Oh.
I see my phone going off. My phone went off twice. Relatively quick succession. I saw Brentford 2 goals. I thought, I'm going to have to go off to a pub because I can't miss this. Ditch the burgers, ditch the barbecue. This is the 3rd goal. Seen a team quite like myself, Manchester United, yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, it just looked. I don't know. They're just falling to pieces, really. It's quite funny as a Liverpool fan, I suppose, but it's just. It's not good to watch United fans, I suppose, really, seeing the team just crumble.
No, but the thing is, Ranieri, the last few weeks, he basically said he needs about 10 transfers.
Yeah, and City.
And he underestimated. He didn't get them at 20. You look at the bench, that's the big difference between Liverpool, City and the rest, is the bench. If things aren't going to plan, like, for example, if Liverpool were in the position that United were 2-0 down to Brentford yesterday, they look to the bench, you've got, like, if you don't have Martial playing, you've got Jota, you don't have, like, Thiago playing, you've got Henderson, or Oxlade-Chamberlain, that you can bring on who's going to change the game. United, you look at United's bench, you've got William McTominay sat there.
McTom-Tom.
Inspires absolutely nobody. You've got the people who were on the pitch, like Sancho. I saw a stat today. Sancho's had more managers than he's got Premier League goals.
Jesus Christ. It's just falling apart for me, it's quite funny. But.
Every time they went forward, it looked like they were going to score. For a United side, who, 15 years ago, we dominated the league, it is embarrassing.
I don't have an opinion on it really, but yeah, they need to sort it out. And they always keep blaming the freaking Glazers. Like every time they lose, it's just the Glazers. When it's not. Well, it is a bit, but it's not, because obviously the Glazers don't control the team plays. It's just obviously down to the players and obviously the manager. But yeah, they need.
It's a very weak excuse blaming it on the Glazers, from my opinion on that, because you go back further than this, but if you go back to Mourinho, by the end of Mourinho's reign at the club, all the United fans were gone and said sack him, and the Glazers did. He's a proven Premier League winner. He wins trophies. That's Mourinho's whole thing.
Yep, special one.
Yeah, he fans asked him to sack him, and they did it. And they did the same thing with Ollie. They did the same thing with Van Gaal. They did the same thing with Moyes. They brought in Ronaldo. They spent something like £1 billion on the club. And as soon as they lose to Brighton and Brentford, they get the bloody Norwich scarves out. It's ridiculous.
I know. It's.
It frustrates me to see, because the investment has been in that United side, for them to be angry at it and say that the Glazers aren't doing enough. I don't know.
Just one of them, I suppose. But yeah, I think that, as you said before about Ranić, I think they need to get at least 20 players in that club, because it's just, I don't know what it is with United, but the players just don't have, I'd say, the drive or the motive to want to play. They just don't seem interested at all. None of them.
The thing is, I was discussing this yesterday. It's not even about how many United players would get into Liverpool or City. It's how many United players would get into a team like Wolves or West Ham. There's only one or two.
Yeah, it's not many of them either for that one.
So when you think about it, it is no surprise that United are considered to be not a mid-table team, but they're definitely not a top six.
Yeah, they're not a top 6 side.
An 8th or a 7th place this season, even if they pick up again, it could get even worse.
It's just a big struggle for United, I suppose, really, especially United fans seeing obviously that the players they bring in and the players they get out. They expect to obviously get better players in. When they let them go, they don't really do it. It's like the other day they were obviously linked with Van Artovich, and bloody Rabiot I think's meant to be on the get-go as well, which I don't know why they would want Rabiot or Arnautovic especially. It just doesn't seem. Yeah, it just shows they're a bit desperate for something just to work. But even then, even if you get Rabiot, I don't think he'd do anything really. He's, let's see, his worst. Yeah. It's a massive deficit for him, I think. They're in a bit of a sticky situation. It's funny though, but...
Of course, for every other fan in the Premier League, they're laughing right off this, but if you're a United fan,
No, you
don't know where it starts.
Yeah.
This week, they've got Liverpool coming to Old Trafford.
Yeah, another season of 9-0 like
Yeah, it wouldn't be surprising if that's what happens.
It's just, I'd hate to be a United fan at this moment in time. I generally would dread to watch football as a United fan. It's not. I'd watch badminton or something else, just something different. I just watch a different sport. I would just watch a different sport. Yeah, I'd be straight out of there if I could. I wouldn't stay back at all, but I'd just be like, yep, that's me done, not watching that shit. Get it off. We'll get it straight off. Get it straight off, but it's just weird. But it's like thingy today though, it's like seeing all other teams as well playing, like obviously Nottingham Forest did a shocker against West Ham today, which I was quite surprised about. Didn't expect them to win, but they won. Another result I was not expecting us all to see, but it happened. I was like, wow. But
yeah, the stats from that game seem to indicate that West Ham should have won by 2 goals. And looking at the highlights as well,
yeah.
shot it was that bounced on the line pretty much. And obviously Declan Rice's missed penalty. That's 2 losses now for West Ham. Granted, they should have probably lost to City, but you don't lose to a newly promoted side. When you do lose to a newly promoted side, the pressure does come on, because obviously being an Arsenal fan and Brentford last season, you know all about it. The very, very quick to like get on you when you don't beat a promoted side. A team like West Ham is supposed to be building upon their recent successes in the league. doesn't look too promising. And I don't know what the fixtures are like in the weeks after, but if they don't start picking up points, it could be a bit troublesome for keeping all the players like Rice.
Yeah. There's a lot of different options, I suppose, really, but it's just, yeah, I think Rice should probably, I don't know, I won't say leave, but, you know, if he gets a chance to maybe leave, but I don't know, it just depends what happens, I suppose, isn't it, really?
Yeah, but he's been linked to United and Chelsea a lot for the past 2 or 3 transfer windows, and it probably is time if he wants to take his career to the next level to move on to a bigger side like United. Well, United.
No.
It's, yeah, it may be a bit of ambition, but you can understand why he wants to stay at West Ham. He's treated like a god over there. So when you are the star man, I do think it makes it a little bit harder to leave.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult one to really think about. But it's like it's like Connor Cody. He joined Everton, didn't he? As well,
yeah,
from,
that's right. That was
Wolves.
a very interesting
one.
When I saw that transfer go through, it's weird because he's a Liverpool fan, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he is originally. Yeah, Liverpool fan. I'm pretty sure.
He's a Liverpool fan, and he said like he was so desperate to get out of Wolves that he'd go to Everton. Like, he's the captain of Wolves. To let the captain of Wolves go,
yeah,
it baffles me. To Everton, to a team that he's not really fond of, he doesn't particularly have a liking towards. If anything, he should hate them because he's a Liverpool fan. So
yeah. Is he even the captain of Everton now at all? I don't think he is he? I don't think he's the captain.
I don't believe he is.
It makes no sense that. Why would you leave a club when you're a captain and go to collect that a captain for? Makes completely no sense. But I don't know whether he's, paycheck a bigger. I don't know, but
I think there must have been a falling out because
possibly,
Everton are a worse club than Wolves
Everton football
at the moment. Yeah, exactly.
Agent Rafa, he's back.
Agent Rafa. The roots of Agent Rafa's reign are poisonous.
Nah, they're goated. Great manager. But it's weird. But it's like me though. I'm looking at the table now, and like the table so far after 2 games is pretty interesting. It's like West Ham, they've lost 2 games.
Yeah.
So obviously Everton's not a shock to see. I suppose really seeing them lose 2 games. I think they're going to go down.
Nah.
They will. Nah, fuck them. They're going down. They're going to the bottom.
Super Frankie Lampard is going to take them to a comfortable mid-table finish. That's my prediction.
I remember obviously when we spoke about our predictions and stuff and all that stuff. I could get on my PC. I would do. I could probably still do it actually. But it's weird. Everton are just like a club that just seems to be going backwards rather than going forwards. Really, for what I'm seeing them as.
With the investment they've made as well.
Yeah, they bring players in, it just doesn't go well from
Yeah, they spend like a big club, but the signings that they actually acquire just never seem to fit in or gel with the squad. You think, Demarai Gray had about 10 weeks where he looked like he could have been a decent player and then completely fell off.
Yeah.
Decore, that's not really worked.
No.
There's a few others where you just think they don't look like they're gelling with each other.
No, I would completely agree on that one. It's a weird one. So it's a very weird one. But I don't know. I just don't see him staying. They're very clumsy as a team. All of them, I think, personally, they're all clumsy.
Yeah, there's a lot of mistakes in the team, and Frank's tactics are very not questionable, but you don't really know what they are yet. He failed to kind of put his own imprint on Chelsea when he was there. He's come to Everton, and again, it just seems like grinding out results, hoping that you can nick 1 goal here or there, and just holding on for it. It's not really a discernible style of play at all.
Just not happen, does it really?
No, not really. But you could say the same for like Steven Gerrard at Villa. Obviously, he got the win over 1 point yesterday, but it's just, his results haven't been fantastic. I think before the game yesterday, he had the same record.
Yeah, here we go, Gary Neville. Yeah, I heard this stuff. But don't forget though, Valencia are a lot more of a, I won't say, probably are a better club, but like they're expected to be finishing high than obviously Aston Villa should be. Aston Villa like a mid-table team, whilst Valencia like a probably top 4, top 5 team, 6 team, around there. So
Yeah, that's true. But if you look at, Aston Villa's starting lineup's nothing to wag your finger at. I mean, there's Coutinho in there. You've got Buendia who sits on the bench a lot of the time.
you've got
They've obviously acquired Digne from Everton.
Yeah,
probably their best player.
Look at him.
Exactly. So it's not a bad lineup by any means. I reckon he should probably be doing better with the players that he's got. But like you say, give him a full season, see where he is at the end of this one.
Trust in Gerrard, you'll be great. He'll get the job done.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with him. Can't go wrong with Gerrard.
Can't go wrong with Arteta, mate. That's what.
No, there we go. Straight to the point. Gotta get in.
You can. Look, if you're looking for a player, an ex-player who's become a manager in the last few seasons, and you want to know which the best one is, look no further than Super Mick Arteta.
Big time, mate.
He's doing his thing. We're back. We're back on top. I was watching that Arsenal game yesterday, and there were about a 15-minute period in the first half where Leicester were just running after us and getting nowhere near the ball. They were just chasing shadows for a lot of the game. The passive play was so quick and slick. There was nothing that the Leicester defence could do. Gabriel Jesus looks absolutely phenomenal, man.
He does look good. I'll agree on that one.
Pet's been over him back.
Yeah.
He's unleashed an absolute beast onto the Premier League. Now we could be talking about a striker who gets 20 goals for Arsenal this season easily.
You reckon?
I reckon. He's a very different player to Aubameyang. He's like a blend of Lacazette and Aubameyang because his hold-up play is really good as well. He links up the play fantastically. He can get through 3 players with 2 touches, like I've not seen anyone be able to do for Arsenal in a very long time.
Yeah.
And he's not the slowest player in the world either. He's good at. He can finish from a multitude of different angles. He had a fantastic pre-season as well. So there's no reason why he can't get 20 goals this season. I don't think.
Would you say he's better than Aubameyang or not?
I think the jury's still out.
Arsenal, obviously though.
I'm not. Aubameyang had 2 fantastic seasons for Arsenal, and it's hard to argue that Gabriel Jesus is better after what 5 games or so for Arsenal. So I'll leave it for now, but there's potential for that to be the case. Obviously, he's younger. He's Premier League proven. He can win trophies. So yeah, why not? Let's see.
See what happens with him. Maybe he can do the job, but just depends. But I think, to be fair, that I will admit, as obviously a Liverpool fan anyway, I wouldn't say I'm terrified of facing Arsenal, but I think it'll be a hard game to face them. I think that's what will be a task.
I'm very similar when it comes to facing Liverpool. We always go into it with so much optimism, and then we play you and we get battered 4-0.
Yeah. This
might be the first season where I'm going into it and thinking, actually, I genuinely believe that we've got a chance of getting a result here. Which is the first time I've been able to say that against a top 6 side in a very long time. Aside from like Chelsea or Spurs, I think we've always got a good chance against them just because of the rivalry. It's always different, but we've got no rivalries with like Liverpool or City. But this is the first time I think we might be able to go toe to toe with you and hopefully take a few points away.
Possibly, you never know. But I don't know. I think, I've got my predictions on screen now for people in the stream, and obviously I'm going to try and compare them. But I think Arsenal are going to be up there. I think they're going to be pushing it. Definitely, I think they might, or I think they will either get. Well, I think they'll definitely get Europa League comfortably. But if they don't get Europa League, I think they'll get Champions League. That obviously doesn't happen after last year.
Yeah, that's the goal, isn't it? If you're Arsenal, I'm not aiming at first or second this season. I don't think we've got any right to. We're still a long way away from where Liverpool and City are.
Yeah.
But why not? Well, why not battle with Tottenham and Chelsea for that 4th place? I think we've got more than capable squad to do it.
Yeah.
We've improved from last year as well. That's evident to see. Last year we lost a few silly points. We couldn't turn some of them losses that we had. I think we had something like 12, 13 losses and only 3 draws. if we could turn some of them losses into draws, we'd have been in the fourth position last season. So I think we've made the right signings to hopefully be able to push us to get a few more points from the games that we play, and it should be enough to get us in the Champions League. That's the goal this year.
Hopefully. It's like me, for my prediction on screen, I put Arsenal third to finish, which I think could be, with the way they're going, is quite realistic, in my opinion. But obviously they could finish higher, depending on obviously how they do. Obviously, even though I'm looking at the table I put in when I was seeing that United is sixth place, I think they'll be further down now after seeing the first two. I think that's gonna knock them a little bit.
When you look back on it, it's the same thing with me. I'm looking back on my predictions now, and I think I had Brentford to get relegated actually.
Yeah.
But if you look at the game yesterday, they look really good. Like, I don't know what Thomas Frank's feeding them over there, but the link up that they had yesterday between each other, they pressed so well together. It's difficult to see them getting relegated now. So
yeah, it's like
after 2 games, my predictions are looking a bit shaky. But
yeah, it's like me though. I put Fulham. I put Fulham 20th, and then put Bournemouth 19th and Everton 18th. But Everton could obviously be going that way. But Bournemouth could be. Fulham, I don't know. I think Fulham could do quite well. I think they'll probably get 15th place. Probably, I think they've got the capability, and after obviously giving us a bit of a test for our money, I suppose, our first game of the season, which was a bit. Obviously, I was hoping for a win. Obviously, it didn't go that way. But yeah, even look at my table now, it's like, God, have I even thought it out properly? But it's hard to try and predict tables and like try and predict how people will do, etc., and teams how they will do on the form. But yeah, I think I probably made a bad decision. Put United sixth place. I think they'll be even further down now with where they're going.
There's every indication, based on the first 2 games, you do think United, they might find themselves in a bit of trouble. 3 games in, they'll be sitting on 0 points. I think I can't see them getting anything against you guys.
Yeah, not a chance.
But Arsenal were in the same position. Arsenal last season, they lost their opening 3 games, and they came back to get 5th. So it's entirely possible for them to have a massive comeback. It just depends whether they can start to play well together. I think maybe the key difference between the Arsenal team of last year and the United team this year, you could see the direction and the style of play that Arteta was trying to impose on that team. This United side, they look clueless with each other. They don't know when to press. They don't know what passes to complete. They struggle to get their head up to look for available players. That Lisandro Martinez is shocking. If they don't bring him into the midfield, they're just going to get bullied every week by the strikers or defenders that come into the box for corners or free kicks or whatever. I can't believe the price that United paid for him.
I know, it's quite shocking, really, to believe that they did that. But it's United; they always like to overspend, I suppose. Like Maguire, obviously, dear me. The biggest robbery in football history, I think, for transfers. Never.
Well, that's what Pete rivals mean when they say that they can't understand why the Glazers are getting so much stick. Do you not understand how much money they've spent on these players who crazy. United fans have wanted, and United fans are the worst for like overhyping players who are bang average. Look at the squad that they've got now. Like I say, how many of them get into the Wolves squad or the West Ham squad? It really ain't that many.
No, it's a very selective few, I'd say. But, it's weird. It's like me, though. I don't even rate Rashford. I don't rate Rashford at all. I think he's been absolutely abysmal for the last 2 or 3 seasons. He does, what does he offer to that team?
No end product, mate. It's
nothing.
Product.
He's just a dead player in a dead shirt. Just a waste of a shirt, really.
It's true, man. Is he any better than Lingard, who they sold? No. The only reason why I think United keep him is because he's like the poster boy of doing the whole food thing, and he's got an MBE and whatever, and he was good during COVID. So it's good for them to have him for like the marketing and the PR. But as a footballer, he is trash.
Yeah, he's it's not looking good for United. But who knows? Who knows? United we could be proven wrong. They could win the league still. Because obviously, I saw something the other day about that. It was like, heard something about the Ten Hag interview yesterday, saying that the interviewer said, there's some good news for you. It was like, last time United lost like the first 2 opening games, won the league. So
There is no chance.
But
The interviewer told him that is feeding him a lie.
yeah, he's just making a bit more happy after his bad day at the office. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. Don't even know not listening to the chat has any opinions on it at all. I don't know if anyone in the chat, like Adam, has any opinions, or Brody, about the United situation. But
Adam's got an opinion.
If you're still in the chat, let me know. We need to know what your opinions about United. What would you consider your thoughts of Manchester United's performance so far this season? Are they going to get top 6? Are they going to get relegation? Most likely, I think, after the way they're going. Or are they going to be a mid-table finish this season? I predicted 6th place, and obviously the way they're going, if that form carries on, I think they'll be further down in the league table, which, obviously, for a Liverpool fan, I wouldn't really care about much. I'll be happy to see him, 9th, 10th, even further down. But I don't know, it's weird. It's hard to, what's the word? It's hard to pitch, really, but just gotta see obviously what happens. Say for when we just start the season, we can't assume all these things yet and know what's gonna happen. We just gotta wait out and see what happens, I suppose, really. But hey ho, never know. But so I'm looking forward to seeing the season team wise. Brighton look pretty deadly, I think, as a team.
I think Brighton are always going to be that team that can have like a shock result here and there, but when they need to do it against Crystal Palace or Southampton or whatever, they'll struggle.
Yeah,
that's just always been the way that it is. Graham Potter's a fantastic manager, but sometimes the players, he just doesn't have the quality of players that he needs to push himself further up the table. If I'm Man United, I'm sacking Ten Hag and I'm getting Graham Potter in.
Innit? Potter.
He deserves the chance. He deserves the chance to have a team with quality players in it, because I'd be so interested to see what he does. It's one of them where it's like if Southgate gets sacked after the World Cup or he decides to stand down, I'd get Potter into that England team straight away.
Well, why would you not? Why would you not? I think it'd be a great fit. Oh, hey up, Matt.
Adam can't write his opinion into words.
No, he can't.
I can visualise it for you, Adam, if you want. It's the number 20 with Manchester United next to it. That's how I would probably best describe it.
It's not looking good for me. It's really not looking good for United fans. It never is anyway, but this season got off to a bad start. They were after beat us in pre-season against our third team. They're like, oh, we're going to win the league. So they've thrown it already. I think they've thrown it already.
Well, let's have your predictions for tomorrow's game, bro. Liverpool
Palace. Oh, it's a tricky one. As I said to you, 4 stream style. I think Palace are a bogey team, but we have beaten before in the past, in a couple of seasons before. Obviously, obviously before our disaster in the 2014 season with obviously Suarez, etc., which we won't talk about. But obviously we beat them last year. I think away and home. But this season, obviously, they got a bit stronger with the team, and obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing obviously how Anderson plays. I said it to you before when they played Arsenal. He was a good player, probably their best player so far. He probably will be their best player all the way through the season. I don't think Zaha will do much this season. Looks like he's just going to be his bang average performance where he doesn't do much at all. Gets like a couple of goals, that'll be it. But tomorrow, though, I think Liverpool might be able to get them. I think they should do it through home. Their first home game this season. I think they should be able to make a statement after obviously the draw against Fulham. I'm thinking prediction wise, I think with the way we've been through pre-season and obviously the first game of the season against Fulham as well, I wasn't expected to concede 2 goals at all. I wasn't expecting it at all. But obviously we did. That was just purely just because of the fact, obviously, first of all, the penalty was given first of all, which was obviously a penalty. I'm not going to be biased, and I'll accept that. And obviously, second of all, just a bit of poor defending as per usual. They sometimes just switch off, like to get the ball away, and it's just sloppy. But I think Klopp will obviously have realised that, told them that in the dressing room, etc. Told them to obviously, just do what they do best. That's just keep possession, dominate, etc. As you all probably all anyway. But prediction, I think we'll win. I would say 2-1, but I think 'cause obviously we're at home, I think we'll get that advantage obviously with the atmosphere, etc. And obviously it's just at home anyway. So I might say a 2-0 win for Liverpool. Darwin Núñez 2 goals. It's coming on.
That'd be interesting, bro. That would be interesting.
But even though for my FPL team, I would like to see Salah score, but we'll see what happens with the FPL. But
Well, yeah, I think Salah's an interesting player, man. I think something definitely changed when he came back from AFCON last year. He obviously struggled towards the end of last season to really contribute to the levels that Mane was doing. Mane was definitely your guy after AFCON.
This is the problem. If I had to not predict, but pick between Mane and Salah, based off the way they play and based off the way they are and how they fit into Liverpool, I would probably say Mane's better than Salah. It sounds crazy, but I just prefer Mane over Salah. If I could have the option to sell one, I'd sell Salah because, as much as I love him, he doesn't bring as much. What's the word? I'd say Salah's obviously hungry, as we all know anyway. But Mane is just a completely different player to him. He's not as greedy as obviously Salah, because obviously we know how much Salah just loves to get goals as much as he can do. Whether that's with him being, I don't want to say the word selfish, but just he just likes to be a bit of a man player. In general, he doesn't like playing for the team particularly as much as Mane did, but I would probably... even now, though, even seeing Mane go, I was like, shit, that's the big blow. But even though getting Nunes in, I think that's probably a good move, but I don't think he'll do much as of a job as Mane did for us, but we'll see. He's done alright so far, though, Nunes, but Salah, though, I don't know, it's one of them. He's a good player, obviously, he gets 20 plus goals a season, but so far, he's nothing compared to what Mane offered us into our team, I suppose, really. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of Liverpool fans probably agree with that as well, especially after last season. Like I said, I think the opinion definitely shifted. You see what Mane's doing with Bayern. In his first game, he already got a goal. Yeah. So he's still got it. It was a bold move for Klopp to make. But I guess time will tell whether it was the right one.
Yeah, I don't think Coutinho moved away. Obviously, Coutinho was obviously doing well for us, moved to Barca and flopped since then a bit. But I think Mane will probably do the opposite. I think he'll probably get better. But, I think, I don't know, he might get better or he'll probably stay on the same level as he were at Liverpool. But I think he'll still do quite well at Bayern now. Obviously, the players around him anyway. Bayern, we all know how good Bayern is anyway. Bloody hell, they've got a bit of a monster team. Even obviously Lewandowski as well, but it's one of it's hard one to predict, but I think we'll say further back to obviously what we're saying about tomorrow. I think we'll do the job. We should be able to. If not, then Klopp out. Nah, I'm joking. No, I'm not one of them fans. Fuck me. No, I'm not one of them fucking Liverpool fans. Every time we lose the game, Klopp out. Nah, I think we'll do it, but see how we're going. If we start Milner,
good test.
Yeah, if we start Milner, we're fine.
Oh, right, you think Milner's going to be the saviour?
Yeah, he's our Lord and Saviour. He's versatile, anywhere on the pitch. Play him in goalkeeper. Alisson injured? Nah, not a problem putting that.
He'll be lucky if he plays 12 games this season. That's my prediction.
Nah, he's fine. It's all good. Mr. Milner, you can do anything you want. He's an absolute legend of our club. He's that good. But I know people might go, oh, he's too old, he's an old bastard, he's 30 something. Hey, he puts a shift in, still, it's alright. Puts a shift in. Plays for the badge.
Retired next season.
Easy fuck, he's been there for 2 seasons.
Get on wheelchair.
Nah, he can't do that yet. Boots still on his feet, still not hanging the boots up yet, is he, heck? Not a chance. He can walk into any Premier League club, honestly, he can walk into any team in that league on screen, he can walk into any of those teams straight off the bat. Even Arsenal. Shall I bring Mark Milner in?
No chance for him.
Yeah.
You can keep him.
No. Xhaka out, Milner in.
Xhaka is the most underrated player in the Premier League.
I remember he was dog shit.
In Arsenal, at least. Nah, I disagree with that. Yeah, people say he's dog shit because he'll get like the occasional red card or whatever. But his commitment to the club and his desire to win is unmatched from anyone else. Like, even if he doesn't have the captain's armband, people look at him as if he is the captain of the club. That's how much the players respect him and his mindset. And it was funny, I was saying it yesterday, a few minutes before he scored. I said, Jack is having an absolutely fantastic game. He runs into the box, the way that he split the defence open at times. It was fantastic. And he got rewarded with a goal, bro. So that's all I'm saying.
Oh, it was a tough pick. Good one.
Ballon d'Or.
Oh, striker for about no, not a chance. Luis Diaz, coming on.
Never heard of him.
In the FPL team.
I know he's in the FPL.
I
He's
don't
getting
know.
20 points. Doesn't mean I've heard of him.
How do you not know he's in the FPL team?
20 points tomorrow easily, but I've never heard of him.
No, he's not getting 20 points. He'll get like 5. Get an assist and that'll be it.
Yeah, because he'll assist Trent.
Nah, he'll assist Salah.
Who?
Oh, you would.
The only Salah I know is the one who was going to go to Cardiff.
Who?
Exactly.
Cardiff? Wait, what? I don't know about the Cardiff one.
No, he gets it. The one who crashed in the plane.
Oh.
Yeah.
We
That's the only Salah I know.
we won't go to that part. Respect to Cardiff fans, we won't do that too. Fucking hell. Jesus. I was like, Salah who? I was like, I don't know, one Salah, not two Salahs, until I realised I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
Dear me. But, it's weird. It's like day 4 though. I was, Tottenham looked shit today, no offence. I don't think they did well. I thought Chelsea was completely the better team overall, both halves.
It seemed like that, didn't it? Especially the first half. It looked like they could have been 3-0 up.
Yeah, it looked like they were defending most of the game. But, could tell why Conte were buzzing off to fucking get like equaliser and that. So it's meant it from Harry Kane. He's done it again, that Harry Kane.
Yeah, that's in the end what separated the two teams in terms of Tottenham getting a draw and Chelsea maybe not fully capitalising on the position that they had in the game. It's a striker. Chelsea have not had a good striker since Drogba. They're looking at bringing Aubameyang in. He was rubbish for Arsenal last few games that he played for us. Absolutely terrible.
Nah, that was because of Unai Emery.
Nah, Aubameyang, I can remember distinctly in my mind last season that one of the 2 last games that he played, he missed an absolute sitter against Newcastle and he missed another one against Everton. And I think we ended up losing the Everton game. I think we won the Newcastle one, but only just. So, I mean, I've seen what he's doing at Barcelona, but with all due respect to the Spanish league, it is nowhere near the same quality as the Prem. So I don't know whether he's got the legs to do it. The one thing that Aubameyang had above every other striker was pace. He's lost that yard of pace now.
Oh, he's too slow now. He's too slow.
Let's see if he can still do it. I'll be interested to see if he does come to Chelsea. I'm not going to support him. I don't think there'll be any love that I still have left for him if he does that. But I'll be interested to see. Obviously, Werner's gone to the Bundesliga and scored, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter the other day. I was like, God's sake.
It's just the Chelsea curse, man.
Nah, it's just Farmers League.
Nah, it's bloody Chelsea being... They've had some voodoo curse placed on them where every striker that they have just has to score like 2 goals a season.
It's funny though with Chelsea, because they had Lukaku, didn't they, originally? Let him go to Inter Milan, then went back to Chelsea, and then he went back to Inter Milan. And he's done exactly the same now. He's done better when obviously been away from Chelsea, same as Werner though. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it probably could be a curse on Chelsea's club team. It's funny though, but yeah. How much was the transfer fee for Werner? It was like 30 mil, I think I heard yesterday, I got told.
What, when he went back to Leipzig? I think it was something like 25, 30 mil, something like
that.
Yeah,
I guarantee Chelsea paid more for him than that anyway.
I think they paid 60 million for him, I think.
Fucking hell.
So they made a 30 million profit on that transfer, Leipzig, just to get him back and to have him score goals for them again.
Straight away as well.
Great bit of business.
And it was Chelsea couldn't get a goal from after like a couple of games.
I think the last goal that Werner scored for Chelsea was against Arsenal towards the end of last season, and again they ended up losing, and that was like what 4 months ago maybe.
Jesus, shambles.
For a striker, it's terrible.
Also, can we just talk about how good Koulibaly's goal was today?
It was a very good goal.
It was a very good goal indeed. I was thinking, I was like, are you gonna get a goal today? I think Koulibaly. Because I remember, obviously Claudio's having him in his team. I think for PL, and I know we were buzzing him obviously from last week. If you remember, obviously at Bridge. Oh, Koulibaly!
Yeah, he looks okay, innit? Is it an upgrade on Rudiger?
Ooh. I don't know. They both played a similar type of football, I would say though. But I don't know. I think Rudiger's probably better on the ball than Koulibaly, but I think they
They
both
are a very similar like type of defender when it comes to, you know, they'll put in the strong challenges and they'll
Yeah.
make a couple of goals as well. Because I remember last season, can't remember who it was against. Rudiger hit one from about 30 yards out and it flew into the top corner.
Yeah.
And it looks like Koulibaly's got a similar kind of foot on it where he can absolutely leather the ball into the back of the net whenever it's needed. So yeah, Chelsea have done some very good business, although Sterling bloody shit as ever.
Why did he play him striker? I don't know why they're playing him striker either. Makes completely no sense. He's not a striker.
It's because they've got nobody else to put there in the minute, have they? Who are you going to put up? Mountain striker? I mean, that actually might not be a bad shout because Mount is, well, he's not a great finisher, but 10 goals last season, 11 assists.
Yeah.
It might be worth a try over Sterling, where his best work is done on the wing, definitely.
Possibly, yeah. Also, I'm doing quite well, thank you, by the way, Visual. Appreciate the comment. But I think Sterling's probably better on the wing, though, compared to being, obviously, as a striker. That's obviously his natural position, I suppose, really. But
yeah, we'll see. If Aubameyang comes, we'll see what happens to Chelsea and how that attack starts to look.
oh dear, I just see Stephen is putting the comments down below. Newcastle best football club. Dear me.
I mean,
I think they could be, but
there's potential for Newcastle. I thought they might have done a bit more in this transfer window than what they have done already.
I reckon it'll be January.
Yeah, maybe January where they get the checkbook out.
Killing Mbappe inbound.
I mean, they haven't lost yet, have they?
No, I don't believe they have. No.
They won against Forest 2-0 last week, and I think they got a 0-0 draw
I will
yesterday.
check now on the table. Newcastle have currently won and drawn. So yeah, you are correct on that one, Matt. You are correct on that one.
Yeah, because I've got Trippier in the FPL, and he's delivered 2 nice clean sheets for me so far. So
What a beast.
very good bit of business.
You got 86 points on your FPL team, Visual. Nice to see. Mount will get a season-long injury. That's what Adam said. That's disgusting, Adam.
There's no chance. Mount's too good to get a season.
Here we go. The Mason Mount talks back.
You need to respect Mason Mount. Mason Mount and Adama Traore, the pillars of the Premier League that keep the entire thing alive.
You could
When Adama Traore gets regular football in the Premier League, that's when you'll know the true definition of pain. He'll just score every weekend.
You couldn't tell what was a fucking Adama Traore fan, could you? Because this fucking bloody profile picture, could you? You couldn't tell, could you?
Nah, I'll tell you another player I like.
Haste the dude.
Rafinha. I think we should have sold Saka for 100 million and got Rafinha.
100 million?
I don't like Saka at all.
Oh god, 100 mil for Saka.
Yeah, no. I don't think he's worth 100 mil, but I know that Premier League clubs would play for that because he's English, and he's the golden child of England at the Euros that everyone needs to protect.
Yeah, for fucking
look at his
for freaking cheerleader, Jesus.
Look at his stats. He is absolutely crap. And compared to Martinelli on the other wing, Martinelli is about 3 times the better player that Saka is.
Dear me. 100 mil for I won't pay. I'd probably pay about 40 million for Saka.
Yeah, I'm not arguing what you pay for him, but I know that we could get 100 mil out of like someone like City or Liverpool.
We wouldn't pay. We wouldn't pay 100 million for him.
Definitely.
No, not a chance. Bellingham maybe, but Saka no.
If we got Rafinha and we sold Saka, that'd have been it. We'd have won the league before a ball was even kicked.
Dear me. Nottingham Forest have bought loads of players in. Have you seen? I think they've all stayed, in my opinion. I know. I put them a bit further down the table. I put 17th in my league. This is obviously before the league started, though, and obviously we're just judging it and stuff and all that shit now. But I don't know. If they brought in that striker from Union Berlin, he got a goal today, I believe, didn't he, against West Ham? But
Modeste, is it? Something
like that. I know he played for us. He played for us actually. I believe at one point. The whatever he's called. I can't say his name because I can't remember from Med. But I know what you mean though. The guy from Union Berlin, like they signed for like 17.5 million, I think it were. And he obviously is called. But yeah, he was originally obviously at Liverpool. So I mean, we can take full credit for that. We made him into a player. But I don't know. Nottingham Forest. Look, obviously the way they played today against West Ham, I thought they were exceptional. Obviously, I watched the game. They made it hard for West Ham to try and get through. Obviously, West Ham just, I don't know, they had a bad day off, really. They had some good chances, obviously. Nothing new. Obviously, they missed a penalty because of Declan Rice. Absolutely shit house. Dean
Did
Henderson.
he try to do a Jorginho skip or something?
No, I'll be honest, Matt. It was just a really shit penalty. It literally just strolled up and just went bottom left. It was just. I wouldn't say it was obvious where we were going, but it was just. It wasn't a confident penalty, I don't think. But what he took really.
Dean Henderson the goal. That's a good question to put out. If you're a United fan, are you taking De Gea or Henderson at this current moment in time?
De Gea's clumsy, bro. I think he's so overrated, in my opinion. I'll back Roy Keane that one from ages ago. Was it last season before? I was sick and tired of that goalkeeper. Oh, well, for that. I remember on Sky as well, fucking laughing.
I was gutted that Roy Keane weren't on the panel yesterday.
Oh, he would have fucking absolutely slated him. Absolutely slated him. They signed 15 players in this summer. I think that's what I've heard. What? Not even Forest? Mad.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. I've seen that on Twitter. I saw a big list of players that they've bought in. I can't remember how much they've spent, but I think it's over 100 million now.
Yeah. Say he was a good player for Nottingham Forest. I watched today though. Nico fucking Williams, unbelievable.
Oh, you're a lad, yeah.
Yeah. It's Liverpool. Yeah, but well, obviously he played for us, but doesn't matter though. He honestly. He could be an absolute chance creator for for the Nottingham Forest team. I think this season he put some cracking.
Did he go permanently?
I believe so. I think he did. I think he's left us. I think he went for about 20-something million. I think, which, to be fair, in my opinion, probably a bargain. But I think he could do quite well. I think at Forest. I think he'd say if I play well today, play some really good balls in the channels. Very good at obviously set pieces and crossing. I think he could be a good. Set piece taken honestly for FPL teams, maybe as well for set pieces, especially might get some points off him probably for some assists. So could be a shout on that one. Might have to do it myself at that point, but yeah. What were we saying before we jumped onto that topic? Before I can't remember what we were talking about before that other one. Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson on will be him or De Gea on the current form. Oh.
Who are you taking? You're taking Henderson.
It's difficult. I mean, De Gea made some absolute stinks yesterday. That flipping short pass he played to whoever it were and give the ball away. Obviously, his first goal, which should never have gone in my opinion, it was an absolute shocker of a flipping stop. He should have stayed up with his fucking cock never around his hands.
He should have been able to trap that beneath his nose. It was rolling that slow.
I heard when obviously they mentioned it, or when they were talking about it, I heard obviously they were saying like, oh, he tried to like scoop it up into his hands. I don't know why you would even try and scoop it when you were going down like that. All you had to do was just block it with your hand, and that was it. Not scoop it into your hands because you're already in the. I don't know why he even decided to do it, but it was a very poor mistake from De Gea though.
Should get you in that one.
Yeah, just sign me up. I mean, obviously I wouldn't want to go to United, but if the price is right, maybe yeah. But we'll. I'll have to just burn. I'll have to just tape up the badge on the shirt, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
But we'll. I don't know. I'd probably say take Dino based off his performance. But I mean, even last week though against Newcastle, when they played against Newcastle, I think Forest if it were. He looks okay, but today though, obviously he played very well. Can't say he didn't look like he was trouble at all. Really made some good starts, obviously penalty save, etc. Whether he can keep that performance up, who knows? I don't know. Can't go into the future, but we'll see. Seeing Antonio push that Newcastle play. Oh no, it's like the Nottingham Forest player. I did, yes. Was it twice today? I think Vishal, was it 3 times? No, he did it I know he did it at least twice. I think today, Antonio on that. What was he called? Can't remember called that centre half that plays for Nottingham Forest. But I saw it though. The bit of beef went between them two. I'd say Adrian over. Oh my God, Matt. Disgraceful. Vishal's gonna say he wants to take Adrian over David De Gea. I mean, to be fair, though, I put it. I can't say anything. I put it in the thing, didn't I? Yesterday, I put it in the Sven Bender's chat, so I can't say anything. I would probably do the same. I just think De Gea is just. I don't know. It's like yesterday. He came on that bloody interview when I was requested to, which I don't think was him. I think it was just wanted to speak to him really about his mistake and was like, yeah, I'll do it. Rather than obviously saying he'll do it on his own. But like, I don't know. He's done it a couple of times already. He's cut like that on some really poor shots, and it's just like I remember was it the World Cup with Ronaldo?
Yeah.
I remember that one, and I still remember it to this day where he bottled it. But yeah, I would. I know it sounds crazy. I would say Dean Henderson over Gareth De Gea. I don't know what you would say on that one, Matt, but I would probably back it.
you look at De Gea and you compare him to Dean Henderson. I think the one thing that De Gea's got over Dean Henderson is his ability to stop shots, and I appreciate that's a stupid thing to say after he failed to stop a P-roller yesterday. But De Gea does make good saves he needs to. His distribution is just shocking, though. He can't pick out a 3-yard pass to his defence without Brentford players pressing him. So he's a liability. He costs more goals than he saves probably at this point. And I think when that starts to happen, you've got to change up the goalkeepers. Obviously, United can't do that now. They've sent Henderson off on loan. They should sell him. If they're not going to play him, sell him. You get good money for him.
No, they got Tom Heaton. It's fine. Tom Heaton all the way.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Back him. I think the 3-10 they pushed him. Well, Antonio on that. Not yeah. I think it was. I say for about 3 or 2 times. I didn't see it though a couple of times though. Well, they always had a bit of a clash with each other. Thiago in for 6 weeks. Ooh, he was in my FPL team originally. Thiago in the first week, which it wasn't a bad move, but it wasn't a tactical move that much. I thought I'd do better, but obviously the way Fulham game went, it didn't go to plan. But
same with Kante got injured today, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that as well. Yeah, I think he strained it. I think, didn't he? I don't think anyone touched him in that challenge, but it looked like he strained it. But yeah, he could be out for a while though. Kante.
Always worrying when like a player just goes down without being tackled or something. You do.
Yeah, he always like
that's like a hamstring injury.
Yeah, that's you just get the impression of like, oh, it's an injury that one. That's a definite injury for a couple of weeks, something like that. Struggle on that one really, but you know. Also, interesting talk as well. Obviously, speaking back to Chelsea before, Matt, when obviously you mentioned about Chelsea now their recruitment and shit. Apparently, Chelsea have obviously agreed or have tried to negotiate over Fofana from Leicester. Apparently, that's what I've seen quite a lot of lately.
I saw that, but to be honest with you, that doesn't scare me at all. Did you not see Martinelli yesterday? He absolutely bullied him.
I know, yeah, I did see so.
Absolutely bullied him.
It was pretty interesting performance from Fofana. Was interesting.
Yeah, he looks okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's Leicester's best defender, but that's probably just a credit to how much Arsenal, how much they gave yesterday, and how much it was like hard for Leicester to handle them at times.
Yeah,
just so much like intricate passing at times. The play was mind-boggling. I was struggling to keep up with the ball watching it on the television, so to be a Leicester player down there on the pitch, I can imagine it was quite a difficult afternoon for them.
I can imagine so. I can imagine so on that one. We've been asked a question about Haaland or Nunes from Vishal. This topic's so hard to try and even talk about really, but if I'd say...
No, it's not, is it?
It is! It's not! It's not! It's not.
I'm a word.
I'd say overall Haaland, yes, but like give Nunes a bit of time, he might be something special this season. But I'd have to say, unfortunately, sadly Haaland, because obviously we've seen his record in the Bundesliga, which obviously as you all know is a farmers' league, in my opinion. Defenders are like fucking stone. They don't move. They just don't move. But I have to say Haaland. I know Matt doesn't have to fucking. I know Matt doesn't have to say anything. He already knows his fucking answer already, and everyone would know his answer anyway.
Yeah, it's not even a debate at the minute. It's not even a debate.
I mean, Haaland didn't score against us. He bottled it, and Nunes got against it. See, so
yeah, I know, but that happens, doesn't it? That you can't score in every game. I think as an all-round player, if you look at the two, who's the better player, just regardless of goals or stats or anything else, it looks like Haaland is going to be the next generational talent.
No, Darwin Nunes all the way.
The interesting thing is, did you know who Darwin Nunes it was before he signed for Liverpool?
I actually did, yes, I actually did. He played for Benfica.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I did.
Well, yeah, I knew he played for Benfica, but like, did you ever watch a game of like Darwin Nunes?
Right. I didn't watch. I didn't watch a game. No, I didn't watch a game of it apart from Champions League. But I even knew him before then, though, from career mode.
Well, I knew of him when Arsenal played him. I've got a mate. He's Portuguese. I've mentioned him a few times.
Yeah, I've indeed.
He's a Benfica fan. He said to me like several times that Darwin Nunes is this great player. So I've been watching him back when he was at Benfica, and obviously Arsenal played Benfica in the Europa League 2 seasons ago. So I saw him then. He's a white Lukaku. I don't want to be mean or anything, but like his touch is questionable at best.
Yeah, his touch is bad, alright, but he can finish his dinner.
He can't finish his dinner, and what I liked about him, to be fair, in that Fulham game, was he tried like a, what was it? It's like almost like a back heel in the finish when the ball got rolled across to him from Sally. He tried it.
He
missed out on it the first time, and then he did it again like a few minutes later, almost as if to say like, just because I've failed once doesn't mean I'm not going to try it again. And obviously he did it again and he scored. So you do have to have that kind of arrogance about you, where you feel like you can showboat, and you know, if something doesn't go your way, you're not disheartened by it. I think he got to Werner definitely.
Yeah.
You could see it. He balled out into the Bundesliga and came to the Premier League, and everything he was trying to do in the Bundesliga, it just wasn't coming off for him in the Prem. Whereas Nunes, he always had that kind of like flair about him in the Portuguese league. And from the first few times that I've seen him, you know, he's cropping up here and there. He's getting into the right positions to score goals. If you do that, more chance than not, if you get 5 of them opportunities, you're going to put 2 away at least, and that could be enough to win a game. So
possibly. Cavallo the new Coutinho. It could be, but I'm not really seeing much of him yet, to be fair. But he looks quite sharp though. Adam's saying that you're right, Matt. On the probably Nunes talking that.
Right now, right. Oh, wait, let's get this straight. Right now, if you look at it from what the 2 players have done in their career, let's not focus on the last 3 games or whatever that they've had.
Yes, Haaland. I know.
It's Haaland. That's the fact, bro.
Just wait till he plays us. And what happened?
Yeah, right. No, I'm. It's not like I'm stamping that. That's the end of it. But as of right now, let's see how the season develops. You know, I've got Liverpool to win the league.
I know. We've
So
discussed this.
you can look at that as what you will, bro. If that is an indication as to where I think the 2 players will end up at the end of the season, I don't know. But I just think that City have sold too many of their title-winning squads in Sterling. And
Zinchenko, Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. You think about them; they're 3. Not they don't start, but they come on when the going gets tough. When City need to get the points, they're the 3 players who come on and make the difference. They don't have them anymore. So let's see when they're 1-0 down to a Crystal Palace, like at the back end of the season, and they need to get them 3 points to put themselves above Liverpool. Let's see if they've got the bench that can do that now.
Yeah, there's always talk about that, really, isn't there? About that, really, like, you know, it's not even thinking of. I mentioned it a bit ago about Bernardo Silva also living to Barcelona, which was quite a big discussion
That would
about.
kill them. That would absolutely kill them if that happened.
I mean, I would love to see that. I hate the bastard. I hate the Portuguese bastard. Don't like him
He's
at
a
all.
fantastic player.
He's a good player, but I just don't like him. He's just a. I'll just be honest, he's a twat. I just don't like him at all.
Fair enough.
But speaking back to Arsenal, Matt, I don't know what you think of this, and obviously Man City as well. What would your thoughts be on, obviously, if Kieran Tierney was obviously joining Man City? 'Cause that's been a bit of a rumour lately.
Depends how much we get for him, to be honest with you, because the one thing about Tierney since he's come to Arsenal, he's been injured too much.
Yeah.
Every time it looks like he's starting to develop a bit of form, he'll get injured for about 6 weeks or whatever.
Yeah. I think he could probably do something still for Arsenal, but I don't know. I don't think he would go to City though, obviously, because obviously they got the likes of not Zinchenko, but Cancelo still. I don't think he'll be a starter. He'll probably be another, say, 4. Probably he's like his Arsenal bench, probably.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
if
a
you
bit
ask
sad.
me, if I was to pick my perfect starting 11 for Arsenal right now, Tierney's still in it above Zinchenko.
Ooh, interesting.
I think I'm too suspect on Zinchenko defensively. Attacking, he's very good, but let's not make any mistake. Tierney's chipped in with 2 or 3, 4 Arsenal goals already in the limited amount of time that he's actually played and been on the pitch for us. So I like Zinchenko, and he's a fantastic player to fill in some of the holes that we've got in midfield and defence. Sometimes when we've had a few injuries, he's going to be there, obviously, to be that versatile player who can play in those positions. But Tierney, as a defender, which is what you want your fullbacks to do more than anything else, Tierney's the better defender. So, but
Yeah. Got a question as well from Vishal again, saying, do we think Villa will do great this season? Obviously, I put Villa in the table, obviously on screen, Vishal, 11th, which I think could be quite relatable and quite realistic, I'd say. Did he play well yesterday, I saw. Obviously against, was it Everton? Yes, I think it was.
yeah, it was, yeah.
So I think they can do well under Gerrard. I think they got a good team, obviously. They got the likes of Kamara in, David Carlos in. Obviously, still players like Buendia still working around. Watkins still developing. Ings still a great player, which obviously scored yesterday. Got me FPL points in, buzzing. Martinez, really good goalkeeper. Digne, good left back. They've got a good, well-rounded team, I think, Villa. He's just obviously just trying to find the balance between what suits him and obviously how they play as well. But just see what it is. But I think they'll do quite well, though. I don't know what obviously Matt thinks, and we'll get to his opinion. But overall, though, I think Villa could do quite well. I think they'll get at least a high mid-table finish, I think, this season. So that'll be quite interesting to see what they can do. I'll let Matt honestly discuss his opinion on what he thinks Villa would do this season.
I think I've only got them 1 or 2 places different to what your prediction is. I'm predicting another mid-table finish.
Yeah,
for them.
I think another season under Gerrard could do quite well, and obviously after that, then that's when they can start making the team a bit more strengthened a bit. But even now,
I've got a mate who's saying that they're going to finish in 7th. Now that's ridiculous. There's no way they're finishing a European spot this season.
We could be wrong. We could be looking back at the end of the season going fucking out what we're saying, but
there is no way.
Don't think we could.
They'll get rolled over by every team in that top 10 that you on your screen there. They'll get beat by. If they get beat by both of them twice over the course of the season, I struggle to see them getting much higher than where you've got them, to be honest with you.
Possibly. Can I do a Tottenham career mode? What do you mean me? Do you mean Brody or you? Probably me, which I probably could do at some point, but it's not now though. Might do it for next FIFA though, we'll see.
If you do a Tottenham career mode, I'm not watching it.
Oh, shambles, no man, we're binning it off. We're binning it off. I'll do better.
Sell Harry Kane for 2 million. Sell Son for 1 million. That'd be my advice, and then I'd start watching.
What, I get 3 million profit off 2 players? Shambles. Well,
yeah,
that's it's not even profit.
Of course it is.
It's not even profit. Oh, it's a me. Oh, it's not me, mate. Sorry, Bro wants to be. Yeah, go for it. Do one. Why not?
As long as you get them relegated, Brody.
Nah, don't do that. Nah, keep them. Get them what you said. I'd say top 10 finish. But we'll see what happens. Say you're a bit in the middle, I think, a little bit, Matt, I can't lie, but Leicester, they're looking a bit shaky at the moment in time. Let Schmeichel go, didn't he, I think?
Do you think?
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers is always like a questionable manager, isn't he?
Brendan Rodgers, aka let's fucking Jammy Dodgers. I don't know, he's a very good manager, but I don't know, I think they'll still do well. I predicted them to be 9th, which could possibly where they finish around mainly. I'd say I think they'll probably finish between 8th and 10th. Anyway, and I think that's where they finish, I think, off what I've predicted. Danny Ward, he's not had much Premier League experience, I suppose, really. So I don't think he'll do... I think he'll do alright, but I don't think he'll do as well as Schmeichel would do. Also, Schmeichel was the captain of the team as well, but...
They're letting go of some big players, that's my...
Yeah, I know, obviously, Tielemans is linked with Arsenal, I think, is that correct? Exactly. Yeah. Madison obviously leaving as well.
Got what, Schmeichel leaving, you got Fofana maybe leaving.
Yeah, Fofana.
You've got Tielemans leaving, you've got Void who's getting old. That's 4 players right there from a Leicester team. They're the main players.
Yeah, about to say that's their main players, really. It's worrying for Leicester fans, really, to see what they can try and do, but... As you said before, though, Rodgers is a very good manager. So
yeah, if you're a Leicester fan, you're not complaining, are you? Really, I think a Premier League and an FA Cup in the last 6 years, that's more than overachieving for Leicester, I think. So they've done very well to do that.
Just got to see obviously what happens, in the future for him as well. But it's just safe. At this point in time, though, it's hard to try and really give a verdict, I suppose, or a prediction, really, that's realistic to, well, obviously not for United, but anyone else, so it's a bit hard to try and predict, really. Because obviously we're in our second game of the season, so it's a bit like, ooh, but you can still get a bit of an idea where your teams could possibly finish overall. But it's like
I think you can start to see like managers' styles of play coming into it now. You can see what Arsenal are doing. You can see what a team like like Liverpool are trying to do without Mane. You can see what City are trying to do. So, I mean, the only team that you can't see what they're trying to do is United, but we've probably given them too much time to talk about anyway.
And yeah, too much time for United. No more United talk. Unless anyone else wants to talk about United, feel free to. But me and Matt are done with United now. We're not going to talk about United. Fuck 'em.
They're rubbish. We'll just leave it.
Yeah, that day you're out.
Relegation is calling.
Tom eating him. Oh dear me. Oh, it's just an absolute shambles. Tell you, he's looking pretty decent as well. Leeds under Marsh.
Yeah, playing soccer. They're playing a different game to everyone else.
Yeah, they are.
I think they blew a 2-0 lead to Southampton yesterday, but Rodrigo's the man.
Yeah, I saw his little celebration as well.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they'd struggle without Rafinha, but
people are stepping up a bit. And also, is it Aronson as well that he got from Salisbury? He looks like a pretty naughty player. Little standout player.
Yeah, something like that. Adams or something like that. Tyler Adams, is it?
Yeah. And also that guy from Salisbury, that Aronson, something like that, I think he's called.
Aronson.
Yeah, not sure I can't remember his full name, whatever. I'll have a quick look now. But he's looking pretty sharp though.
Brendan Aronson,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pretty.
They're getting him from the MLS or something.
They got him from, I believe,
Salzburg. Yeah, Salzburg.
Austria, I think.
Yeah.
If that's correct.
Well, Jesse Marsh's got his links with the whole Red Bull thing, hasn't he? So it probably makes sense why he's getting. Yeah.
Oh, mad.
He managed Salzburg and then he managed Leipzig for a bit last season.
Sheesh. But yeah, I think Leeds will do well this season after last season's narrowly scared of staying up. They were going down, but they did it in the end, didn't they?
I don't know if they'll do much better than what they did last season. Obviously, Rafinha's a massive blow.
Yeah.
So many times he just pulled points out of nowhere for Leeds. So unless Rodrigo can step up, and obviously 2 goals yesterday, that's a good start.
Yeah. Even Thingy as well. We got Bamford, haven't they? I believe as well. Back, I think, haven't they? Is that correct?
Injured.
Injured again. I swear.
Yeah,
I swear.
Yesterday.
Shambles. I swear they were saying he's come back. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
He got subbed off at 28 minutes for Dan James, I think.
Flipping absolutely.
I think he was injured.
Obviously, I know it's Paul Lee's blast of shambolic. I get his told about the back, and the next minute, nah, mate, it's damn the fucking shitter. Dear me. So I found pretty funny today though. Conte and Tuchel's little bit of WrestleMania preview.
Getting booked on the card, man. That's what I say.
Dear me. Hey, we got a raid as well, I believe, from Shockwave. Hey, much love for the raid, my guy. Appreciate it. Much love. How you doing, Drew? I've got to go. It was nice speaking to you. I can come stream tomorrow because I'm going to Liverpool match when we come stream Tuesday. No, that's not proper, Mitchell. Much appreciate it. Much appreciate it. If I can try and find Shockwave's link, I'll post if I can. What's his thingy, Drew? What's his channel? It's a Shockwave, I believe. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But let me know though. But it's I don't know. It's a bit way unfair on that one. I swear Bamford was. But obviously he's just saying now he's probably injured now, which is a bit of a ball ache, I suppose, really.
Yeah, just as it looked like they were starting to develop their strike force again with Rodrigo and Bamford. It's another big injury, so hopefully it's nothing major.
God's sake, but I know it's Port Leeds, but like that would probably be a bit annoying for a Leeds fan to find out like Bamford's back and then like second game back in injured. Like,
especially after his first season as well.
Yeah. He's not done anything, has he, since he came up from obviously the
he barely played last season,
yeah.
Which is probably a major reason why they were in the position that they were. It was literally just Rafinha carrying them.
It's terrible. It's not good. When's career mode? What do you mean, brother? What do you mean when I'm playing career mode again for Bolton? Do you mean or a different team? If you're related to Bolton, I don't know yet. I might possibly do it sometime next week, but I'll have to see what I'm doing. But I guess we'll see what happens on that one. I think we'll do a little bit more on Premier League or just football in general, then we'll switch over to WWE if we want to for a little bit and talk about that and see what obviously Gander's going over there.
Yeah, go for it, man. Actually, what is happening in WWE at the minute? Because there's a lot of changes after McMahon left.
It's quite.
And I've not been keeping up to date with it as much as I used to.
Obviously, as you probably, well, I don't think you would have known that. Oh, you might know a little bit. Obviously, the fact that obviously Triple H is now in control of obviously the.
So he's in control of like everything, not just like.
No, not everything. Obviously, Stephanie and Nick Khan are like the. Well, I don't want to say co-owners of the company now, but they kind of run the company. But Triple H is more like involved with all the creativity behind Raw and SmackDown, I believe.
Right.
Obviously, he's been bringing back all the return as well, which obviously been pretty mad. Been booking all the shows as well. Obviously, brought a lot of superstars back, which obviously I'm going to go and talk about in a second. Yes, Stu, and what difficulty should I do? Up to you. Maybe try a legendary if you want to, Brody. Go for legendary if you want to, for your career mode. And I'll probably play bottom one next week, I think, for my career mode. But yeah, back to what I was saying though. Obviously, I think so far there's been about 6 returns, I think. Obviously, the returns have been, well, I'll get to in a second on the main one, but obviously there was one on SmackDown recently this week, which was Hit Row. I don't really know much of them, apart from obviously they were NXT, which are quite cool to see them come back. Obviously, I didn't watch him much at all NXT really. So that was quite interesting to see. Obviously on Monday Night Raw, that's just gone. They brought back Dexter Loomis, which was pretty cool. For another NXT one that they've done, which was interesting. Obviously, who else did they bring back? Bayley came back, Dakota Kai came back, and Io Shirai came back at SummerSlam, which I watched. That was alright, pretty cool to see Bayley back in action though after quite a while. There's also, I think, talks or have been confirmed that Sasha Banks and Naomi have also come back as well. But obviously they're just waiting for their return properly. And obviously the main one is Karrion Kross obviously came back, and Scarlett Bordeaux, which obviously I was fucking absolutely creaming myself when I saw him come back, which was interesting to see. And obviously attacked Drew as well, which is quite interesting to see as well, because I wasn't expecting Kross to come back, but he ends up coming back on SmackDown as well, not Raw, SmackDown, and attack Drew, which was something I would have liked. Well, not what I liked seeing, but I would like to see in the future, which is pretty cool. So I get to see it now rather than obviously further down the line. And I think that's probably going to cause. Well, not the rumor. The rumor why they brought him back was hence because they need to try and find a way to get one of the belts off Reigns, apparently. So they're going to try and get Reigns to drop a belt to, I think, possibly Kross. So that'll be interesting to see. And also, the big rumour lately as well regarding WWE, Bray Wyatt could be on his way back as well soon, Matt, which would be pretty interesting.
I'd be mad, yeah.
If he comes back, fuck me, shit's going to hit the fucking roof. I'm all down for it. I really wouldn't mind seeing it happen. Personally, I'll be happy to see him come back. Obviously, I think most people would, to be fair as well. But yeah, the main thing though, obviously, regarding WWE, is the fact that obviously Triple H is in charge of the creativity team, and obviously, I think recruitments as well. Obviously, why he's still getting people back in the company that obviously got left in the company, which could also possibly attract more people from other companies to come back. So like AEW stars possibly could be coming back from there to WWE, Impact Wrestling, maybe New Japan Pro Wrestling as well, and obviously a lot of independent companies as well further out there, which is pretty cool. So that's quite nice. Obviously, the Clash of the Castle pay-per-view takes place really soon, which I don't really know too much on as of yet. I've not really been paying much attention to that really. I don't want to do much anyway, but that's an interesting one. Obviously, but yeah, back to Bray Wyatt though. Apparently though, it's likely he'll be back, but I just don't know when. One preseason, nice Brody, good to hear. But yeah, what are you thinking on the fact that obviously Triple H is well, I won't say basically in charge, but he's basically took the role of what Vince were doing basically.
It sounds like it's on a really good trajectory for once. You always hear about WWE and the fans complaining that they're letting like some really popular talents go. It seems like Triple H is looking at things from a different perspective, where Vince maybe was a bit blinded at times.
Yeah.
Bringing back Cross and some of the other talents from like NXT, for example, is just a really good like thing to see, because it is talents that have been cultivated by the WWE kind of process and system, and they've grown really like strong, loyal fan bases towards. So just to let them out to go and do like independent wrestling is just such a waste of talent. So to see that they've brought Cross back, for example, and put him straight into like a title challenge almost with Reigns and McIntyre is really interesting. It looks like he's taken quite an exciting route again, and I don't know if it's right what I've heard, but apparently they're like trying to take it so it's a bit close to like the Attitude Era almost, with like the terms like it's not going to be as PG anymore.
Yeah, that is a nice thing to see about obviously the PG is basically gone now, so that's quite a nice thing to see. I'd be happy to obviously see more of the Attitude Era stuff come back into WWE, which would be a pretty nice thing to attract hopefully more audience who is really to get back into it. Obviously I'm hooked back into it now because of Cross. I know the people who are obviously attracted to other things that obviously have made it better since obviously Triple H Bates took over Safe for not the company, but obviously the whole creativity part of the actual company, which is Safe for. I think it's a very good move. Because obviously I'd say overall the matches from what I've watched are longer, more interesting, more entertaining, and you don't get those really stupid freaking like storylines compared to what we used to get before. Like these horrible gimmicks we used to get before, they were shocking. Like a good example is Cross. Like he got brought from NXT, absolutely fresh as a daisy. Didn't need obviously to want to change character. And I said before, this is back in my other podcast, I think a bit ago, when I was slating Vince over it. But you just changed his whole character completely and just ruined him on the main roster, and then let him go. Basically the same for failure, which was bad because they didn't give him a chance to actually shine or get over, which is a bit annoying. The issue with commentary. What do you mean by that one, Jamie? I'm not too sure on the issue with commentary. What's your issue with commentary? Or the wasp issue with commentary? I don't know actually anything on that one really. I don't know why I can really comment on that one really. Say for me, Matt, I just currently talking about WWE stuff really. We've been talking for about a good hour on Premier League and all sorts of stuff for about an hour or two. Obviously we just made on to topics now. But yeah, apparently though as well, John Cena's not meant to be coming back anytime soon apparently. That's what I've heard. Whether he does, I don't know, but
today that there was a few times where Vince McMahon was considering making John Cena turn heel, but because it was too bad merchandising and stuff, they never did it. Saw it
on Twitter. Yes, well I think today actually a little bit, but yeah, that was a big one. That was a thingy. I mean, I wouldn't mind to have actually seen John Cena as a heel. I would love to see it. It'd be pretty interesting to see who he would go against as well. But it's a bit of a weird one. But yeah, I mean, if he does come back, I'm all down for it now. But I just think it would be a bit weird though to see Cena as a bad guy rather than a good guy. But you never know; it could be a nice little interesting turn on his character. But guess we'll see. Also, as well though, apparently as well, I think Triple H is also going to try and scrap the 24/7 segments completely, and also maybe the belt as well, which I think that's a good move. I just don't like the whole 24/7, like, what's the word? The whole thing about it. I just don't like the whole gimmick about the whole 24/7 thing. Like, if you have the R-Truth on it, yeah, maybe, but apart from that, though, it's just shite. It's just really bad to watch. It's just people that, don't really get used much, get a bit of airtime to go and chase a belt, and it could change like every second. It's a bit boring really. I just don't really enjoy doing it. So that'd be interesting. Also currently reading as well though, we could obviously be seeing Cross versus Reigns at Extreme Rules, which would be I think a pretty good pay-per-view for Cross to face Reigns, which would be interesting. I'm hoping obviously that does happen though. I'm hoping the Usos don't get involved, so I wouldn't mind seeing like a steel cage match for that really, so no one can get involved in that match, because it'd be good to see what happens. But yeah, as used to before, but I'm happy with the fact that obviously Cross is in a title picture now. Really, I don't think people. I'd say for it's a bit split. I've seen obviously a lot of tweets about it and stuff like, oh, Cross isn't ready, or like they're happy for him, etc. Like that. Like he's in the company, he's in the title picture. But for me, obviously, as you probably anyone know, massive Cross fan, massive Scarlet fan, whatever. I think he's ready if they do it correctly, which I think they can do. Obviously, under Triple H, he did a great job obviously at NXT with him and Scarlet. So I think they can do a good job in getting him over in the main roster. Obviously, it's a bit debatable. Obviously, you know, him to be the guy to defeat Reigns finally, someone to defeat Reigns, but it could still lead to something pretty interesting. I wouldn't even mind seeing Cross versus Cody when Cody comes back after his injury, and then dethrone Cross sadly. But you know, I think that'll be a nice, interesting one to see. Also, I believe as well Triple H, because I watched the what's Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive, I think it's called, innit? Something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
I watched it the other day because obviously had Triple H on it, and I was listening to it obviously all the way through, and he was discussing that Triple H obviously himself is also doing all the tryouts as well. I think he flew from, I want to get it correct, I think it was Connecticut, I think, from there to go to, I think, a show at Raw, and then go back to Connecticut afterwards to go do day 2 of the tryouts. But yeah, apparently Triple H is doing a very, very big job in the meantime, very big job, which I think is a good thing to do actually, because I think he has the right vision for where the company needs to be. Well, it should have been a long time ago, obviously, when Vince was obviously under control of it. But I can't like sit here and keep slating Vince, like if obviously all this, but the fact that he's gone. If it weren't for Vince, we won't be obviously watching WWE now, would we really? Any of us, to be fair, really. That's just a fact. Like without Vince, WWE wouldn't be anything. But you know, it's an interesting one. Also, as well, don't know why, but for some reason Tony Khan keeps firing shots again at WWE. Don't understand why. He doesn't. As much as he's a Fulham owner, you know, Fulham Football Club owner, he needs to just put out one of it. It's just a bit annoying, really, to keep seeing Tony Khan from AEW just keep popping up out of the blue, just firing dicks. Don't really like it that much. Just a bit annoying. What about the new women's tag team champions? Do you think it's going to win it? I don't know really. I'm not really seeing who like I don't know who's actually going from Jamie. I know obviously Raquel Gonzalez, I believe, or Raquel Rodriguez and Elia won on SmackDown against what's she called it, Yim and Natalia, I think, to qualify to go for them belts. But I'm really not sure who's going to win it. Maybe we could possibly see Naomi and Sasha Banks come back and win them. Never know. Never know. Could do, could not. But you know, I don't know why, but I really hope soon enough they get rid of Judgment Day. If you don't know what it is, obviously it's a faction on Raw that have Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Finn Balor in it. And I know they're still, I believe, feuding with Edge, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, I just don't really see it getting over as much. I just don't really enjoy watching Judgment Day that much. It's just not really an interesting group. Since Edge left, it's been a bit dead, really. I just don't really enjoy it much, really. But you know, any thoughts on anything else to talk about in WWE relating to anything else at all? Any ideas of anything?
Nah, well, obviously I'm gutted about Jeff, man, but he threw his career in the bin probably himself, so it's probably time for me to find a new favourite wrestler. I might have to start paying a bit more attention to it, you know.
Yeah. Tell you, it could be a good one to look at. Logan Paul. It sounds crazy, but
Logan Paul, yeah, man.
He did well at SummerSlam. I was quite happy to see him do. He had it all to be a good superstar. I watched the SummerSlam match against Miz. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah, he could have come into the company and been like a joke and not taken it seriously, but it looks like he's really putting like everything into it.
Yeah, he's putting it shifting. So it's a good job. Obviously, Jake Paul's not freaking joined. If he joins, I'm stopping it. I'm not watching it. Jake Paul fucking joins. Be fucking getting his theme tunes every day, bro.
No.
I'm like, nah, I'm done watching this shit. No, get it off. Get it straight off. But But yeah, what's your thoughts on Logan Paul on that at all? Anything?
To be honest with you, I really respect like everything that he's doing recently. Like, dude, ever since his little incident a few years ago, he's really got his act together and his life's back on track. And I think he's gone from someone who people have really not like taken a disliking to somebody that people actually admire. And cause it seems like he's doing everything these days. Like, if he's not doing the wrestling thing, he's doing the whole Prime thing. If he's not doing the whole Prime thing, he's got a good podcast running. If he's not doing that, he's doing something else. So like, fair play to him to have like the whole WWE thing on the side now that he's also having to pay attention to, and then he's putting that much effort into it where the matches actually look good. Like, fair enough, man. Why not?
Yeah, I'm down for him to be a future champion in the future. Maybe like give him the United States Championship belt, maybe, or possibly. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Just obviously, I think he has potential to be something big if obviously they do it correctly. So we'll see what happens with that one. Also, Nakamura faced Gunther or Walter or whatever you want to call him on SmackDown. Good match for the Continental Championship. Obviously, Gunther won, sadly. But I think he's probably the best option though for the belt still to get that prestigious belt back on the road, because I don't think many people now really wants to win. I don't want to slate the belt, but he just underappreciate the Intercontinental Championship belt. He's not got as much as prestige as he used to have back in the old days, sadly. But I'm hoping obviously soon enough they bring the belt to be a bit more prestige back to that belt. It should be. It's a very prestigious belt, the Intercontinental Championship belt. I think the NXT tag team is going to win. What do you mean? Raquel and Aliyah. I don't believe Aliyah or Aliyah or whatever she's called she's not NXT. She was already on SmackDown, I believe, before she joined. I know she did a little bit of work, I think, in NXT, but she weren't officially in NXT until she came on to SmackDown, I believe. But I could be completely wrong on that one, really. But I also know Paige left as well a bit ago, which is pretty interesting as well. So that's quite cool. Tell you, I really enjoy watching them wrestle in the moment in time. Pat McAfee. I don't know if you know him at all, Matt. He's a commentary now. He's on commentary.
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, he's quite a nice face to see. He's like another Jim Ross a bit, but just better than Jim Ross in my opinion. He just brings an amazing vibe to watch. Really, it's great to see. I like watching him. He's good. Michael Cole's still being a GOAT as well. So that's good. Just looking through what else has happened lately I could touch on. Oh yeah, I'd say apparently Triple H didn't know who Logan Paul actually were until obviously he got told about it, because apparently on the podcast when I was watching it, they were discussing it over and over again, like, didn't know who he were, and obviously didn't know who he were until he got told what he was doing. It was mad, and that's why
really?
Yeah, that's why he signed him, because it was obviously all the hype around him, like all the boxing events and all what we're doing as well, like getting his company and shit. That's why they signed him, because obviously the big social media attraction.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was quite a mad one to see, really. I was quite mad the fact. Well, I weren't mad, but I was a bit like shocked the fact that he actually mentioned it. I was quite like, whoa, didn't know that was the reason why they signed him. Also, as well, apparently John Laurinaitis has also been released, I believe, as well, from WWE. Don't know why. Well, obviously I do know why a bit, but not fully on the story. So I can't really touch on that. Which was, going to happen at some point. Also, as well, I believe the ratings has also been going up as well. I believe that's been a bit of a big talk lately. The ratings on WWE been going up quite a lot. I think it's like 2.5 million. I think from Friday SmackDown, I believe. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard. So that's quite nice to see. I think it is next week. I think Clash of Castle. I think that should be pretty cool. So looking forward to that. AJ Styles is also meant to be facing Bob Lashley as well. I think on Monday Night Raw for the US belt, which I'm hoping he wins, but I don't think he will do. I feel like Dexter Lewis might attack him and start a feud before Clash of Champions. But sorry, Clash of Castle. He's saying Clash of Champions back in the old days, God's sake. So that'd be quite cool to see. It just depends on to see what happens, though. I don't know. I'll have to see what happens for that one, really. So what do you think about Bailey return? I'm happy to see Bailey come back. I am. I couldn't say much else on it, really. I know Matt knows Bailey a little bit, don't you, Matt? Not too much of Bailey, though.
Bailey before.
Yeah, she's alright. I'm happy to obviously see she's back, though, Jamie. She's good to see. Obviously, I'm just waiting for Sasha to come back as well, though, and Naomi. When it's remaining probably quite soon, it's nearly 10 o'clock. It might end up possibly 10ish, which is like 6 minutes away, so we won't do too much longer on the WWE talk. Anything else that we're talking on at all, Matt? WWE wise before we head?
No, I'm just interested to see where the direction that WWE takes now. It's a new era for them, so if they get it right, I think they'll get a few new, hopefully a new generation of fans in.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a good way to go, though. I think getting Triple H involved, though. I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, definitely. He's a legend of the sport and the industry now, so it does make a lot of sense. And like you say, he did a lot of good things when he was over at NXT, so it's good to see that he can do something maybe for Raw and SmackDown and the rest of the WWE brand as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be looking pretty good. What do you think about Bailey's group? Oh, I mean with Dakota Kai and Io Shirai. I don't know, I'm not really seeing much of it really apart from SummerSlam, Jamie. I can't really touch on it much really and explain why, or give you my full view on it, because I've not really seen it much really. I've not really done much if I have yet really, so I can't say much on it really. Apart from the fact that Bailey's the leader, I dig it. Hopefully, obviously, as say for Matt says, hopefully go in the right direction with the company anyway. But with that as well, though, I think all the stuff Triple H is doing now, though, he's done amazing so far. He's done an amazing job so far. Obviously, I think at some point, and I feel like next week when obviously Clash of Castle happens, I feel like that Drew, so obviously it's Cardiff, I feel like Drew's going to obviously beat Reigns, because obviously it's like the first ever UK pay-per-view, so I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like we're going to see, I don't think he'll lose both belts, but I feel like Drew might take one of the belts of Reigns off him, and then obviously Cross can go and compete for the other belt possibly, or I don't think there'll be a triple threat match, sadly. I'd like to have been, but I don't think there will be. Uso-wise, I hope they don't interfere in the match against Drew and Reigns. I hope they don't, but I feel like they will, which is a bit annoying. I don't really watch much NXT. I can't really comment on NXT as much, because, say, for a lot of superstars in NXT, I don't know them. Because obviously, I've not watched it since obviously Triple H was involved, etc. like that a bit ago. So when Cross were there. So I don't know much of all of them. But we'll see what happens with that one. Also, I know Liv Morgan's also been champion as well lately as well for SmackDown, which is pretty interesting. I do like the fact she won the belt. Obviously, I was buzzing when she beat Ronda at SummerSlam. So that was good. Bianca Belair same as well. I'm hoping she can retain the belt. Gunther, I don't know. I hope we put him back to Walter rather than Gunther. I just don't like the name Walter. But I guess we'll see what happens at that point. But yeah, as what Matt said before, I think if WWE do the exact same, well, not the exact same, but if they do it correctly and think out long term what's best for the company, I think they'll have a successful time period of getting new people involved in the company and getting interest into watching wrestling again, I think. And obviously the fact there's no PG era anymore, it's going to be a good way to go forward, I think, for us now to watch it as fans, rather than seeing nothing which we've had to watch for God knows how long, for the last several years. It's been a misery watching it really, but now obviously it's a new era, so hoping obviously we can see some more returns as of Triple H say for. He's still, I think, going to keep getting some more people back in, so hopefully there can be some big ones. I think he's doing the Liverpool game tomorrow. Wait, what? Oh, you mean tomorrow's stream? No, I'm not doing a watch along for the Liverpool game. I'd like to, but I'm not going to though. But I don't know what tomorrow's stream's going to be yet though. I'm not too sure. But anyway though, I think that will be possibly it, unless Matt has anything else at all to say. Anything else, Matt?
No, I think that's good, bro.
I think that's good as well. Yeah, I think we're going to leave it there for podcast. But obviously, I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. It's been a bit of an interesting stream. You haven't ever seen me playing, career mode or whatever I usually do on streams, like game wise. It's just a nice little touch to it, to explore really and open different doors, obviously, with the streams. So I'm happy to be able to do something like this as well as get other people on the stream rather than just me talking all the time. So it's good to see, and also as well hear people's opinions as well. It's quite nice to discuss stuff. I enjoy doing it. So we'll see on that one. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna go and head out. So hopefully if you enjoyed today's stream, go and drop a like down below. Sub if you guys are also new, and make sure to go and get your notification bell also turned on. Do you have anything else to say before we go? No? Are you
Subscribe, smash the like. LordyGang, let's go.
Anyway, but boys, we will catch you guys soon. Take care as always, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.